Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am explaining to you about transformation formulae, which are very important formulae from trigonometric chapter, which is an important topic for most of the competitive exams like JEE and NDA especially. So NDA written exam, you must prepare this topic very well. Around 15 to 20 questions you may easily expect on topic trigonometry. Alright, so let us begin with this session. But before that, let me recall these compound angle formulae you must already know, and I have already made a video for this. If you are not known, please check the video before. That is a video on compound angle formulae for trigonometry. So now we are discussing transformation formulae which are actually derived from these only. So what I would like to say here is that, see, you know, sine of a plus b is equals to sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. And sine of a minus b is sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. So if I ask you to add the equations 1 and 2, what would you get? You would say sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b is equals to, see, cos a sine b term will get cancelled in the process of addition of both of them. You will get the first term 2 times. That is 2 times sine a into cos b. Isn't it? And if I ask you subtract 2 from 1, then you would say sine of a plus b minus sine of a minus b. The result will be the opposite. I mean, for this time, the first term will become negative and the second term will become positive in the process of subtraction. And hence the first term cancels, second term becomes, that is twice cos a into sine b. So basically, these are formulas of transformation where you have transformed the sum of two functions into the product of two functions, where you have transformed sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b in terms of product of sine and cos. So you have to understand this and remember logically this formula, that when you add sine a plus b and sine of a minus b, the sine compound angle formula, you will get twice the first term in the compound angle formula of sine. Is that all clear? And when you subtract sine of a plus b and sine of a minus b, I mean when you subtract sine of a minus b from sine of a plus b, then you get twice the second term in the compound angle formula of sine function. So alright, so we have established two important formulae. Formula number 1, that is sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b can be written as 2 times sine a into cos b. These formulas in transformation we considered as 2 times sine a cos b is equals to sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b. And here you go, the very first formula for transformation, which we name it as defactorization formula. What is a defactorization? See, factorization means, you know, converting the sum and difference into product, but it's a reverse of factorization. So here you have a product and you are expressing them as sum or maybe difference. So basically the first formula, now you understood how it has to be obtained. 2 times sine a cos b. You can express that as sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b. Now for example, how do you apply this formula in problem solving? How do you recognize that in a given problem this formula would help you? For example, for that, suppose you are asked to simplify 2 times sine x into cos of 5x. You are asked to simplify 2 times sine x into cos of 5x in a way that you can express this product in the form of sum or difference. So you know very well that this sine into cos are the terms in the compound angle formula for sine. And I can easily get the product of sine and cos by using the sine a plus b and sine a minus b formula. As I want 2 times sine x into cos 5x, I can say a is this angle x and b is the angle 5x. So I can express this as sine of a plus b, that is sine of x plus 5x plus sine of x minus 5x. So ultimately it is giving you the result sine of 6x minus sine of 4x. Now you'd say how this minus comes from, because here you have the result sine of minus 4x, and you know sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So basically students, the formulas that you could obtain by adding and subtracting the sine compound angle formula, the formula number 2 you need not remember separately. You just remember the one formula that anytime you want to express the product of sine and cosine in terms of sum or difference, you can directly think of expressing it sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b always. Means if suppose your question is like this, for example, your question demands to express sine of, okay, let me take other way. Suppose your question is like this. Second question, suppose you want to express cos of 5x into sine of 10x. In terms of sum and the difference of the trigonometric functions, what you have to recall in your mind is that where this product of cos and sine comes, it comes in the formula of sine compound angle, isn't it? So whatever may be the order, cos 5x and sine 10x, you may write that as sine 10x and cos 5x, but there is no 2. Because when you add the formulae, you get twice the term, right? So you can make adjustment of 2, not an issue there. So now this 2 times cos 5x sine 10x, you can express that as, right, sine of a plus b. You prefer what is there with the sine as a, what is there with the cos as b always. So sine of a plus b going to be 15x, then plus sine of a minus b going to be sine of minus 5x, which is ultimately giving you the answer. As I said, the answer will be half of sine of 15x minus sine 5x. So you got me that these d factorization formulae, though you see them as a 2, they need not be remember as a 2. You just remember this one formula that whenever you add sine of a plus b and sine of a minus b, you will always get a term involving sine and cos. Vice versa, whenever you have sine and cos terms in your problem, you can express them as adjusting 2, making their 2 come into the picture, adjusting their 2, you can write them as sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b. Hopefully, you all can now answer the questions where there needs simplification to be done, expressing the product into sum and the difference. Alright, so here we done with the d factorization formula for sine. Now coming back onto the compound angle formula for cos. Now let us talk about the formula number 3 and 4. You know very well that 3 and 4 are the formulae which you call compound angle formulae for cosine function, isn't it? Compound angle formulae for cosine function. So if you try to add 3 and 4, what is the result? You see, when you try to add cos of a plus b with cos of a minus b, you would get the simplification, thereby cancelling second term in the formula, getting the first term twice. So 2 times cos a cos b always results to cos of a plus b plus cos of a minus b. And when you do the subtraction, what do you think of? Cos of a plus b minus cos of a minus b would be minus 2 sin a sin b, because when you do the subtraction, the first term get reduced, minus sin a or sin a sin b in the first cos a plus b, then again minus sin a sin b in cos a minus b, add up to minus 2. But students, if you wish to write this formula in the positive sign, then you can apply this minus sign to the RHS side and you may write 2 times sin a sin b formula is always cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b. How did you get this? Transforming this minus sign to the left side. So students, then we have got to know d factorization formula for cosine, that anytime you wish to write down 2 times cos a cos b, cos a cos b, it's a result of addition of cos of a plus b and cos of a minus b, and 2 times of sin a sin b is the result of difference of cos a minus b and cos of a plus b. So for example, let us quickly discuss here. Suppose you wish to express sin x into sin 4x in terms of either sum and the difference, then yes, you have to remind yourself that the product of sine and sine comes in the formula of cosine compound angle, and that is the result of subtracting the formula cos a minus b and cos a plus b. So you need here 2 first, so let us adjust that 2 and the bracket 2 times sin x sin 4x becomes what? It becomes cos of a minus b, that is x minus 4x minus 3x. Cos of minus theta is same as cos theta, so cos 3x I would write, minus cos of a plus b, that is 5x. So you could see that you are in a position to express these formulae right into like product to sum or difference. Is that all clear? So we are done with so-called d factorization formulae, part of transformation formulae. Now there is very interesting to know. There are called, see, every time given a problem, sine A plus B and sine A minus B addition, okay? Sine of A plus B plus sine of A minus B, you know this is the formula 2 times sine A into cos B. Suppose I cannot see in my problem this A plus B and A minus B division always for a given angle, then what I can consider is that sine C plus sine D as them. I mean, C is the A plus B and D is the angle A minus B. Then what should be the resultant on RHS? Can you tell me this A value? If you add this, you will get C plus D by 2 as A. So therefore, you will get sine A as C plus D by 2. And when you subtract this, A will cancel, right? When you subtract this, A will cancel, B will get added. So you will get B value as C minus D by 2. That's why this B will be cosine of C minus D by 2. So students, this formula, sine C plus sine D, how do you obtain? You obtain it just by adding sine of A plus B plus sine of A minus B, where A plus B is C angle, A minus B is D angle. That's why you will get sine C plus sine D formula as 2 sine C plus D by 2 into cos of C minus D by 2. And where you utilize this formula, for example, quickly, if you are interested into solving this kind of problem, say sine x plus sine of 7x. Sine x plus sine of 7x. How can you express this into the product? Sine x plus sine of 7x has to give you hint that you're trying to add the compound angle formula for sine function, isn't it? So this is like a formula now, sine C plus sine D, which turned out to be 2 times sine C plus D by 2, that is x plus 7x, 8x by 2, 4x into cos of C minus D, x minus 7x, minus 6x by 2, minus 3x, which is same as 3x for cosine. So this is how you could express the sum of two trigonometric functions into the product, and hence the name of the formula, factorization formula, where you can express sum or differences into the products. Alright, not only this, as we know, sine C minus sine D always exists because we realize that when you subtract sine of A minus B from sine of A plus B, you know that this is the result of the second term in the compound angle formula, 2 times cos A sine B. Isn't it so? So that's why this formula sine C minus sine D is the result of sine of A plus B minus sine of A minus B, which gives rise to 2 times cos C plus D by 2 sine C minus D by 2. Alright, and the same thing you can understand now, cos C plus cos D, number 3 formula under factorization category. Cos C plus cos D is the resultant of cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. You know, this is turn out to be 2 times cos A cos B, but in our question, they will not give you the splitting always possible in A plus B, A minus B. Moreover, you can take them as cos C plus cos D nature, so that ultimately you can express the A and B there, C plus D by 2 and C minus D by 2. Got my point? That is your formula number 3. And same cos C minus cos D, what it has to result to you? Minus 2 sine, because you know here the order is maintained, cos A plus B minus cos A minus B. When you will get minus 2 times sine A into sine B, and here you are replacing A by C plus D by 2 and B by C minus D by 2, and there you go with the formula number 4. So students, quickly take a screenshot of this slide and memorize this formula on trigonometry, which are called transformation formula, defactorization formula converting product into sum or difference, and factorization formula converting sum or differences into the products. These are really useful. In coming sessions, I'm going to get interesting problems where you need to solve them with the help of the formulas of trigonometry, which are so-called compound angle formula and transformation formula. Stay tuned. I will meet you in the next session.